What's up, meatbags? We are live. Yeah, people don't always get the notifications. We're just chilling. We're just chilling today. Not much going on. I wish I knew how to pin. How do I pin the How do I pin the thing? I don't know. I'll just keep throwing it up there for you guys like I usually do. All right. So I'm gonna tell you I have low Joe Biden energies today. If I'm not coming across right, it's just because I'm tired. I got some shit going on where I'm on a lot of CBD, not feeling great physically. Um, sorry. Um, so you might hear me moving around and not feeling good, but we are live. If anyone wants to jump in, jump in. And I don't have much to talk about. I mean, there's not a lot going on in Amico land, as you probably know. There's, you know, right click and it should have 3 dots and you can choose pin. I'm on a Mac, so how's you right click? Is that command click? There's 3 dots here. No. Option click, control click. Oh, here we go. Control click. No. See, I don't know. On a Mac, you can enable right click in options. Options. Hold on, maybe I do have right click. Then okay. But I don't have that pin as one of my options here. It's back, reload, save as, print, cast, create QR code, translate to English, view page shorts, inspect. Preferences or something, I believe. Oh well, I'll just keep posting it. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't look like anyone wants to jump in anyway. Highlight the text in chat and you should see 3 dots on the right. But I don't have pin as an option though. I have a star. I have 3 dots, but it just put user in timeout or block user. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't have it as an option. Oh well. Just type it in. You may need to do it on the YouTube channel. Okay. That's alright. No big deal. Sing us a song. We're just fucking around. This is not going to be a great stream because there's really nothing going on unless someone wants to jump in. But okay, Ampersat. It's a good game. It's a good game. Okay, basically, you got it's a combination of like 3 things. First of all, I say Ampersat is game made by Gatoraus, who is friend of the channel. You know what I mean? Okay, Gatoraus didn't give me the game. I bought the game. I bought the game on sale because I'm a sale hoarder, right? Hashtag end of stream then. So I'm a game hoarder, somewhat, but I like to play these little games, indie games and stuff. So I bought it on sale and it was like $10, right? But I bought it for like 6 something. Gatoraus is very humble. He's a humble man. Humble John Hancock. Leo here. Hi, Leo.
Hello guys, Leo here.
What's up, man? Have you
What's up?
ever played this game? It's a new game by Gatoraus,
Uh,
Ampersat.
no, is that his like his? Yeah, I think it is. Just saw gameplay on the No Swear Gamers channel.
Yes, it's
He
a
played.
real game. Um, it's on Switch and Steam and some other stuff. And It's good. I was gonna say it's a combination of three things. Combination of like, first of all, I would say Geometry Wars. Like I like
Mm.
that game. Came out on Xbox 360, live, and those kind of consoles. Geometry Wars, because you're kind of dealing with symbols. You have to remember what the symbols are gonna do. Like your character is a symbol and you're fighting symbols.
Okay, in that sense, I get what you mean.
It's
Because
also
yeah,
like
the enemies they're letters,
letters, and
and
you
so
can
each
pause
kind of
the game.
letter does a different thing. That I saw.
Yes, and you can like pause the game and see what they do. There's like an index, and
Okay.
also the game is a twin stick shooter, so with melee also. So it's like a twin stick shooter. Then mix that with like Gauntlet because you've got these little boxes that like constantly spawn enemies out. If you don't close these boxes by destroying them, you know what I mean? They pop little enemies out. Then there's like the Legend of Zelda, sort of in the like you're doing top down and you can do these melee things. And that game too, you kind of have to remember what the Blue Knight does versus the skeleton versus whatever. And then lastly, like deeper RPGs with like number systems, maybe like Skyrim or also like the roguelites where you like if you die you'll still keep the gear you got, and it's a cool game though. I haven't gotten super far. It's sort of like open to like what there's these like six or I don't remember how many towers going around you in like in a circle from your base, and you can kind of go to each one, and they each have maybe like 8 levels and then like more levels and secret levels, but you start at level 1 on each of them and you kind of pick away, and then there's like these um it's like there's basically weapons have characteristics. Like there's a fire weapon and an ice weapon, but I haven't figured out like does that mean I haven't really figured it all out. Like does the fire weapon does that mean it's more powerful in the ice level against those enemies that are in there or what? Like cuz I can't figure out if the enemies have qualities or like what's going on, but there's like this whole system.
Just a second.
Yeah, yeah, take your time. So there's like systems in the game I haven't figured out yet, but I haven't read everything. I've seen Gators play. Great for Gauntlet fans. Yeah, I would say it's good for Gauntlet fans. Ambersat is a great game. I had to stream it against you. Yeah, E King streamed it on the Atari. I would stream it, but I don't have anything set up to stream HDMI. You can look up clips of what the game looks like. I think it's a good game. There's also this thing where you're rescuing letters as you go on, and then like when you go into the store, you don't know what the items are because there's blanks of the letters you haven't gotten. So it's like a Wheel of Fortune. It's like a Wheel of Fortune thing, and you gotta like you could guess what it is, or just try to wait till you rescue the letters to actually read it. But I think he did a good job. I don't know if Gatoros did all of his stuff by himself, but if he did a good job because some of the text is pretty funny. Like there's some humor throughout all the descriptions and like everything you see in this game. Like there's like I don't know, it's like that sort of sarcastic vibe a little bit. Maybe Monkey Island. Like it's kind of jokey with some of the descriptions and things you read in this game.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like oh, and the sound effects are cool. He said I talked to him on because I was talking about this on I don't know if I was on E King's chat or something like that. I said I bought the game, and Gatoros sent me a message on Twitter like, "Oh, thank you for getting the game. Thank you for buying the game." And I was like, "Yeah, I like the sound effects from the previews. I hadn't started it." And he was like, "Yeah, he used like a VST, like a emulation of Commodore 64, like a SID chip to do
I
the
read that.
effects." Yeah, so it sounds cool. So there's a lot of there's atmosphere. There's like a level. There's one level where everything's dark unless you're near a light, and he used the like ambient lighting well, and There's
How does he use the roguelite element? Like, what happens when you die?
when you die, you lose. I could look up exactly what it is, but I think it's a third of your gold or a third of your XP and a third of your gold or half or something like that. You lose a percentage of it, and that's really it. So it's not too punishing. So then you just kind of come back around if you whether you buy something in the store. Of course, in the store you don't know what everything is because you don't have all the letters to read the descriptions yet. It's like a
Okay.
puzzle. So you're taking a gamble, I guess. And then I haven't totally figured out how it works with the elements.
But do the levels reset completely? Like when
Yeah,
you,
but the
if you're
levels are
doing,
like tiered. Like it's like level 1, level 2, level 3 within the like if you go to the ice tower, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you finish one of them, you can walk out or keep going. And I don't think there's a punishment for walking out. And I haven't seen any reward for just staying on, but um when you go to the inn and you level up. So if you die, you just lose more than if you walked out, and then it just takes you back to whatever part of the level you got to.
okay.
Like if you were on the third stage, you can go back to the third stage and come back on.
So this is actually not a roguelite.
Not really, just in the really most basic sense of keeping your equipment that you find, or like the knowledge of like when you unlock a letter, like that state that permeates through it, I guess, like unlocking like I guess knowledge things. There's
Hmm.
nothing. I don't think there's anything that seems to be. I'm sure there's a couple of things that the maps don't seem procedurally generated or anything like that.
It's not?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but it might be, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler. I
Yeah,
did I did realize that there was something with letters, but so there are more mechanics than just the enemies looking like letters. Like you have to get letters
yeah. The enemies
and
look
do things.
like weird corrupted letters or whatever. I guess they're like a little more shapely and pointy and stuff, and then you rescue like other letters, and then they become part of. You can read them in descriptions for items, but if that makes sense,
Yeah, it
it's
does.
like it's like every floor there's a captive letter, and once you, I think it's when you kill enough enemies and kill the enemy spawn points, then that lets you open the cage usually. So there's a couple of them where it's like some cryptic shit I haven't figured out, like how to open the cage. One said I need 7. I didn't even know what the word was. It was like fammy somethings, like some not real word, and I couldn't figure out what I needed to open it. Fammy seals or something, but I'm not sure. I haven't been paying enough attention. Let's see. Ugh, I will join if Rabbit joins. Oh, E King is here. What's up, E King?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Just chilling, like really calm.
Awesome. Calm is good. Hey, Leo,
Yeah,
how's it going?
I'm good. Thank
Cool.
you. When did you stream the game thing?
It was a couple of days ago. I streamed the demo version after the No Swear Gamer streamed it. I was like, hey,
Okay,
I want to play that game, so I streamed the demo version, and then I ended up buying it on the Switch. So I could only do the first couple of small levels. So now that I have the full version, I'm gonna stream it again, probably in the next few days, hopefully.
cool.
I
It's a
would
fun.
definitely recommend it on the Switch. The controls are good. Plays well. It's a little bit like the text is a little small, so if you're not up to read some stuff, it might be a little hard. But
Yeah, it's
That's
not a
good.
game I would want to play on the handheld,
I
especially.
do. But I wear my glasses and
Yeah,
like you gotta focus. But if I was bouncing around somewhere or something, it might not be the best.
yeah, it's a
But
game I'll play on. I don't play handheld very much. I always play it docked for the most part. Once in a while, I'll play certain games on the handheld, but this one, I definitely think it's much more enjoyable on a TV. So that's what I'll be doing.
yeah, I only play games on handheld pretty much. I'm rarely on a screens anymore, but uh it's doable. You just gotta have some glasses or whatever you need if you've got a vision problem.
Yeah, I mean the Switch is a great handheld device compared to others. I mean
Yeah,
the screen is a decent size.
and
For
I
example, the Evercade screen is ridiculously small. I can't play anything on that, and uh, that Playdate screen looks like a VMU screen from a Dreamcast memory VMU.
Yeah, my
yeah
biggest gripe with Evercade screen is that it's okay. It's kind of small. I think about like a PSP screen, maybe a bit smaller for today's standards, small, but it's very washed out. Like even a PSP had a better screen, like as far as colors and everything. And there's a lot of shimmering depending on the game. So it's yeah, sometimes it really doesn't look very good.
Yeah,
It's good that they're making a new one. I'm not sure the screen is bigger, but at
it's
least it's
not.
gonna be
It's the
double the
same size.
resolution. Yeah, but it's gonna be IPS and double the
Oh, I'd
resolution. So
rather
it's
have a
gonna
bigger
take
screen than a better resolution. Just me, but
mm,
I don't know.
yeah, bigger. I mean, would be nice. Would be nicer if they made it. Because
Yeah,
nowadays, like at least like 5 inches.
yeah. I'm
I don't
actually
think it's even that. I think it's like 4.3, kind of
It
like
is 4.3, and it's the same
yeah,
size as the original. So I won't buy it because I don't have a problem with the resolution of the original. Yeah, it could be better, but for me, it's the size. It's too small.
yeah. Nowadays, 5 inches is about, I mean, as small as anyone gets anything, right?
Yeah. Hey Albert. Hey Rabbit Dude. Hey Ramblin' Man.
hey
Hey
guys.
just another viewer. Hey Fish Lips. How's everybody doing today? Bomberny. Well, you guys got everybody in here.
What were you talking about? Is too small? The Evercade screen?
Yeah, the
Oh
Evercade
yeah,
screen.
yeah. Everyone help me closer to 20. What?
Yeah, just remember that we used to, and I bet Tommy Amico played a lot of that, like GBA,
Oh yeah, I played
Game
regular
Boy
Game
Color,
Boy.
like those screens are tiny.
Yeah, GBA. I played all those things. I mean, why it offends me that they didn't put a backlight in the play date. Like it's like offensive to me. Like how cheap are they? You know, like some kind of light.
Well, it's a special something screen, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. But geez, man, the yeah, GBA.
Is someone gonna sell those lens with a with a light for
Yeah,
the
that's what I
play
mean.
date?
Like, oh
I
god,
had that for the GPA.
And you need
I'm
a worm
selling,
light too. One of those little worm
Yeah.
lights.
I'm selling a bunch of my like old shit to there's like a store in town that's retro stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably gonna not get more expensive than now, so I'm just selling shit off that I don't use. Like, and I've got the oldest Game Boy, and I've got one of those things that has like a light and a big magnifier that clips on it. I'm thinking, would they want this or no? Would somebody want this? Who knows? I'll bring it down there. Like,
Yeah, I don't know whether that has any value still.
somebody might just want it. Might, yeah, who knows? Free bin maybe.
Oh, Mickey Phantom was here earlier. Shout out to Mickey Phantom.
Mickey,
Still trying
yeah.
to figure out who you are, but man, awesome. Keep
Uh,
up the good work, Mickey.
I think it might be
Dean TV, maybe?
Yeah, Dean TV.
I heard there is a new channel around doing some funny Amico content, and that I heard it's from some weird musician guy. It's kind of crazy.
Something
I
like
thought that
that.
was funny, but I wouldn't start guessing or anything. I'm just saying. There are all these weird channels nowadays posting stuff about Amico, right?
Yeah. Who knows?
For the record, it's not me. I've been accused of a few of these channels. I'm not doing it. I'm
It's not
over making
you.
Amico content.
Yeah,
If I
no,
am
I
going to talk
only
about it, it will be on this channel, which I probably am going to be talking about it a little bit, just
It's
not a
hard.
lot.
It's hard to be like, oh, it's not me that's pulling the prank when your icon is fucking Tony Clifton. It's not me that's pretending to be somebody and hosing you guys. Not me.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
It's not me. It's not Tony Clifton.
well, I already have my alternate channel, which is also it's retired. So
Oh god. Oh yeah, yeah. That was the Intellivision.
it used to be in Salvision,
Intellivision.
but then I changed it to Lodi MacLag Frame. But that channel's still up. I'm never gonna put it down because there's a lot of good content there. If anyone wants to,
those were highly celebrated videos.
because like I think this is gonna be like, like there are these movies or series that we always go back to, or games, right? Like Secret of Mana. Every couple years I'll play through Secret of Mana. Every couple years I'll play through Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Super Mario World. And I think every couple years I'm gonna go back to some of those insane streams, some of these crazy videos. Like, yeah, I hope this stuff stays up, because man, the more time passes, the funniest it is. I mean, the more you know all that these guys never did, and you see what they, because back then we didn't know, like, that they had nothing.
You didn't know
that they were just these crazy goofs playing around. And so,
like,
after it's funnier.
For example, I've been trying to look for it. I can't find it. I'm sure like Tony either privated it or hid it or something, but like a time when because Sweet Nintendo Hooligan and Dean TV are like, yeah, you gotta go toe to toe with Cyrus. You gotta talk to Cyrus. I'm like, I did talk to Cyrus on Tony's fucking stream, and like I
remember that.
Yeah, I got kicked off. And people remember it that were there. You were there. Evil Knievel was there. People were there, but like I don't. We can't find it now to clip it and give to them. So I should have like saved it or something. So now they're like, you need to do it. I'm like, no, I did it, but whatever. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to. If Cyrus is watching and wants to jump on, all good. Like, we'll talk. I won't yell at him. I'll be nice. Like, it's not something to be irritated about now that it was proven that like they were all goofs. I'm like, nothing to prove.
I don't remember what he told you, but there was something there. Yeah, but that was when all this discussion was very heated. Nowadays, it's much easier to.
Yeah, this is when like
to everyone, but
Cyrus still had
was
like
at the apex.
Cyrus still had like a book on the market about this and stuff.
Was that after the book?
Cyrus had a book about Intellivision,
and of course I know that. I read the book, but I mean, when he met you on stream, was that after the book?
I think
it was prior.
I thought I don't remember. I can't remember. It was after he hung out with Tommy. It was after. I think it was like right around the time that it came out that because I remember calling him out on the Star Fox text in Moon Patrol. I was like, how come you didn't see that there was like Star Fox text in Moon Patrol? He's like, we weren't paying attention to that.
For the record, I like Cyrus. I know things with him and Leo are not good, and I believe Leo when he says that they treated him unfairly. I believe that is the case. But for the record, I do like Cyrus.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like him. I don't have any problem with him. I think he's cool. Like, he's entertaining as fuck. Like, I don't have a problem with him. I'm not even
I can just imagine.
Whatever.
I know what, let me translate what Tommy just said. It's like, oh, I love getting all stoned and listen to the nonsense he says because I laugh my ass off.
Yeah, he does. He does voices. He fucking does all kinds. Sometimes you can't tell if he's serious or kidding. It's like, whatever.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. He had. I'm not sure he's still doing his channel right now.
He is.
It's
He's got a new
very.
channel.
I do find it funny about Cyrus that he used to be kind of like us. Like he would just go out there and say a bunch of shit, and maybe he would regret it later. Maybe he wouldn't, but he would just go out there and say a bunch of shit. Right?
Yeah.
He was very outspoken, and now he doesn't want to get into online troubles because
Oh
he's tired
yeah.
of it. So he's the entire time, whenever he says anything like, "Oh yeah, I don't like this game very much, but if you like this game, it's okay. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying I personally don't like this game."
That's
And he
funny.
goes up for like
That's
15
hilarious.
minutes just apologizing for not liking this game very much.
Oh, that's
Right?
funny. That's
That's kind of fun.
funny.
Yeah,
I
he's trying
love
not to
it.
offend anyone. He's
Yeah,
trying
he's
too
very
Yeah.
hard.
careful not to offend
Yeah.
anyone
Mario is
nowadays.
funny about it. That's why he bottles it up.
Poor guy. Yeah. No. But yeah, I remember that was it got very heated when you and Cyrus were
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of just
talking.
joking and stuff, but it was
Oh,
like,
were you?
well, kind of, but it was also like, it was also like, hey, you guys like didn't notice this stuff, like we would have been looking for it, and like Tommy, it did come out later. Like what I remember saying to him was like, you guys get told like what to talk about, what not to talk about. He's like, no, we don't. Like, he's like, when we do that, I'm like, you guys did private phone calls with Tommy, and then it kind of wasn't out yet, but it kind of came out more and more, where they'd be like, yeah, you were on like 4 hour calls with Tommy, and like group chats where he would like discuss things, and like that's why you all had the same points and stuff. Like Saggy basically ended up telling Tony later, I think.
I mean, the problem is that Tommy, if you just look at it at multiple videos and everything, he always tells you up front what he wants you to do and what how he wants you to react to something. He never asks an open question. You know, he kind of forces you into giving the answer because he's gonna always preface a question
Yeah.
with something like it. Just look at the way, and it's not like this straight up lying manipulation. He's much smarter than that. And so, did he tell these guys to do this, to do that? No, but he had these conversations with me. The discourse was the following: these guys are using your YouTube channel as a channel, right? As an outlet for their campaign to destroy me. And if you let them, comment on your channel, you are condoning to that. And he would leave it at that. And so people would feel guilty and kind of forced, basically, on their own. He never told them to ban anyone from their channel, but they would just ban everybody because of all this bullshit that he would
Yeah.
spin.
Well, they still don't want to offend him. I mean, like things that are outright offensive to Tommy, it's like they still see him as their friend or whatever. You know, like they met him in real life, and
I think some of them still do, don't they?
yeah,
I
I
still
mean,
don't
like
see
that's what
that
I'm saying, like
as
people will be like, "Oh, DJC won't recognize Tommy Amico or whatever, like unban him or whatever." But it's like, yeah, well, I mean, I'm making fun of a person that's his friend from real life. So like, like, who would want to do that? That's like, would you want to take up and be friends with someone you've never met who doesn't show their face, or be friends with a guy who's like real life friend with you and like shakes your hand and stuff? Like the choice is obvious. Like I don't wonder why. I don't for a second wonder why DJC doesn't acknowledge me or anything like that. And if I act like I am, it's just a joke.
yeah
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. It's just that there is a bit more to that entire story. It's like, who would you rather acknowledge? Like this guy who scammed you at $10,000 or $2,000 in real life,
Yeah,
or
they're
this
not there
faceless
yet.
dude
Yeah.
on the internet?
Who
Yeah,
tried
I
to
think
warn you?
some of them are really really like, oh yeah, Intellivision, like they did all they could. It's just that, these
Yeah,
years have been too difficult. Like they really buy into this narrative still. I mean that. Um,
yeah. I'm following. I'm kind of like believing the Tony TGD narrative, which just sounds. I've kind of thought this, which is like most startups in California, you're just setting the thing up to get the idea, and then you sell the whole thing. Like your idea being like, oh, we're gonna do like at home blood delivery or something like that, something weird, and then like, oh yeah, it's a good idea, and then somebody buys the company,
yeah, yeah,
or like an app, somebody buys your app, right?
yeah, yeah. And
But
that's totally legit. It's not a scam.
no, it's not a
It's
scam.
that, yeah, yeah, that's not a
But
scam. But
like,
it's the thing when you see that there is COVID and you lost your funding and all that, and then you decide, no, well, okay, so let's just pretend we still have the funding,
right.
but
Well, they thought
get
they'd
money
be able
from
to
these
sell it even
suckers
if
over
it was
here.
small. They thought like, so like, remember what was it? Ouya got sold to like Razer or something, right? Remember? Ouya did get
True.
sold into a company. So
Someone, yeah, yeah.
they thought even like if it was a sinking ship and it wasn't out, we could still maybe sell it. That's what I was thinking. They were using like the investor funds to float them and shit. That's sort of where I'm thinking about it. Because
You're
I feel
right.
like even
I
if
think,
it came out, it would be. That's why I was like, "Ooh, yeah." It's like even if it came out, it would just be like no one would really care.
yeah, I mean, it would never do the numbers of the Ouya. Like the Ouya
Right.
failed, but it had like how many units? 100,000 units, something?
Of Ouya.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
totally.
remember. I'm not well researched on it, but yeah, there was quite a few units sold. People knew they could open them up for emulation. There wasn't like Raspberry Pis or like the small little emulation scene like there is today. Like now, it's probably easiest to buy like a if you saw NES Mini or NES Mini on the shelf or something like that to buy that and set that up for emulation. But
Well, I think the Pi was around and people knew that you could use the Pi. The thing that did
right,
not exist, and in my opinion, um, the Ouya Kickstarter did that trend, is the Android box.
no,
Nobody
there
was
you go.
putting Android on a television thing, and there was
Right,
no real Android operating system like dedicated to that. Even if you tried to put Android on something, it would be all wonky because it was all made for touchscreen.
right.
So in that sense, like they were pioneering that idea, and they got sold off. Yeah, and now the 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 Amico was trying to do this basically the same thing, but kind of mixing it up with the Nintendo Wii, right? But it's like you can't just copy something that was successful
A
15
long
years
time
ago and
ago.
mesh it with something that failed 5 years ago and think that's gonna make it a success for some reason, whatever.
It could have been done right if they cared. Like that's the thing. Like if they had a dedicated team, like didn't the new on Nintendo Switch they have a new version of like Wii Sports, and I think it sold super well
Hmm.
this year. So like if they built controllers that were sort of like the Switch controllers, had a gyro in them, or who knows, if they figured out some way to give you like an experience that worked like that, and maybe they got the correct licenses, that they had the hot things, they got the shows that are actually hip, not from the 80s like Care Bears, but actually the new hot shows. Maybe they could have pulled it off. Like who knows? Like got someone to buy it maybe. But that
Well, whether that
controller,
would be whether that would be really commercially successful, it's a gamble, right? But
it's a
yeah,
big gamble, but like that's
I think it's possible. Yeah, I agree.
possible. Like I was playing Ampersat and I was thinking if Ampersat if this could have been like an Amico exclusive game, and they could have put it behind that wall of exclusivity, and like maybe had a team of people just to add more levels or do whatever, build like the DLC packs or whatever it was going to be, or just include more into it, just for bells and whistles. Like that could spark interest. Like there's enough there in some simple game.
Clearly, that was one of the big problems at Intellivision, that they didn't have a guy there who was a game designer with vision enough to know what to get. Because if someone did that, if you have someone who really, Sony, like Tommy would never talk about that, but Sony does that. Sony takes a look around, and when there is a game like with all the problems that it got, okay, No Man's Sky was just this little game that someone was making somewhere, and Sony looked at it and said, well, this thing can be big. And so they came up to that developer and said, hey, listen, we're going to fund your game, we're going to give you the resource, and we're going to do the marketing. And they did. And so there was all the conundrums, there were all the problems, but they were right. The game at the end, it was a big game. Everybody knows about it, right? And it was just like a half a dozen people doing some little thing over there. And Sony does that all the time.
It's like they didn't get the fire burning fast enough. Maybe they needed more staff from the onset to really get it going quicker. Because by the time they had it all planned out, the machine was like too outdated, and like everything else. And,
you mean the Amico?
Yeah.
But they just don't, as I'm saying, they just didn't have it. Because look at this, man. It's like, oh, cornhole is a
right
biggest,
he said
biggest
cornhole,
growing, the biggest growing sport, whatever. It's like, dude, it's still not gonna be a damn. Yeah, we have amazing echo right now.
Hello.
Hey, Albert Menendez, how's it going?
Hello,
What's
Echo
happening, brother?
Man.
What's going on, everybody?
Chilling, man.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear a lot of echo, man.
Oh, fuck it. Well, it's probably my cheap ass headphones.
Looking good, man.
Hey, thank you. Leo was talking about cornhole.
Oh,
yeah, I was talking about my cornhole.
Nice. When was the last time it was blown out?
Oh, just now.
Let me see. You have echo cancellation on.
Is it echoing bad?
Real bad.
It's just when we talk, so it's like your speaker.
You might just have to mute if you got the YouTube video open. You might just have to mute that part and leave the StreamYard unmuted.
It doesn't matter. You're a rare.
Either way, just hang out. It's cool. It's acceptable.
Good deal.
Evil Knievel. He's here. The pirate.
Oh, Evil's on.
Hello, Evil.
It says he is, but we don't see him. He's got something.
Evil heard the word cornhole. Leo says the word cornhole. Albert and Evil jumping on.
You broke my heart. You broke my heart. So finally,
my bad, Evil, bro. Hey, I've been trying, yo. This Wi-Fi, this Panera Bread works good. Fucking no more McDonald's shit.
No more Mickey Mouse fucking phone. And Leo,
exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up or I'll fucking kill
you. Evil, you sound like you're on a phone.
The echo's gone now.
I'm on my. I mean, maybe I'm on my.
Leo, you can get back, Leo. Leo, you can come back, Leo.
Oh man, we lost Leo. Come back, Leo.
Oh come on, Leo! I was kidding. Oh come on, Leo! I was kidding.
I was in the pool, Leo.
Exactly.
Hey, you ever do like a? You ever contact was bad. Psychedelic.
Who has this maniac echo? Is it me?
It's Albert.
It's Albert. Oh, for real? Hey,
You
I'm a,
fucker.
that better?
Hey, I think it worked.
Hello?
You there?
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh wait.
Cool.
Hello?
Kind of.
Can you hear me though?
No, it's still going.
This is so fucked up. Where's my pipe? Give me a moment.
He will scream so hard at me that I even closed the entire fucking thing over here.
That goes making the stream better.
Totally.
Okay, now I know what the fuck was wrong with me. I had the fucking fan.
Do you have options, Albert? Do you have options in your window to do echo cancellation or?
Let me
No,
see,
he just
bro.
needs to add more delay. It's a digital
Fucking
delay
A.
effect that he's using.
I'm just happy I got on. Fucking thing.
We are happy you're here, Albert. We don't care about the echo.
Fucking-
We don't care about the echo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we kind of.
how bad does it sound though? Justy, how bad does it sound in the chat?
Every time we talk, it echoes, but when you talk, it's fine.
Oh shit! So I'm tainting the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Well, you might have options to do echo cancellation or.
I'll jump off. I'll let you guys talk. I'm better in chat anyways.
Usually that happens when somebody's got the
Just,
YouTube
oh no,
video
he left.
open
I was
and
gonna
the
say, just
StreamYard
leave your
open at the same
camera on.
time.
What, he's gone?
Rabbit season.
Is Albert gone?
What's up, rabbit season?
Did I kill off Albert or something?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Again,
Oh,
like on the
dang
fucking
it.
King of All Buttocks video.
Albert, you can come back at any time, Albert. You can come
God
back.
dang it.
We don't mind it.
Ah,
That echo
Yeah.
normally
Leo, you
happens
can come
when you
back.
got the
Leo,
YouTube
come
video
back.
open and the StreamYard open at the same time, and both are playing sound. I think that's what causes that.
it's kind of cool to see Albert's face for the first time.
What, the first time we saw it? Remember, Robbie?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Drinking?
Second time. Your second time, right? Yeah, second time.
Rabbit Dude, you know Albert is his middle name. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that actually.
he told you that before.
I didn't. I thought it was like I know his first name is something else, but I didn't realize that was actually his middle. Albert was actually his middle name. I had no idea.
Yeah, he told you his first name before.
I know.
Robbie,
Yeah.
are you
it's
using
Eddie.
drugs?
Yeah, I know his first name's Eddie. I'm aware of that.
Good to see you, Rabbit Dude. How you doing?
Doing good.
Can I ask you a question, Rabbit Dude?
What's up?
Is it okay if I ask you a question?
What's up?
Okay, so who do you think would win in a tag team match? Roger and Cooper, Darius's cats, in a cat fighter tag team match versus Cyrus's cats, Moogle and Jon Snow. Who you got and why?
Oh, cat fights. Who would win a cat fight? I don't know. I don't know too much. I really, gonna be honest, I don't know too much about Cyrus Martin and his cats very much. So I would say Darius. I don't know.
You going with Roger and Cooper just because you don't know anything about Moogle and
Yeah,
Jon
I'm
Snow?
I'm not familiar with Cyrus, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't
If
know
any more
anything
of them,
about
I might get a better
cats.
answer than that, but whatever.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
My question was completely out of bounds. I apologize. I'll do better next time.
It's fine.
What's your favorite color of shoelaces?
You asking me that question?
Everyone, go around in a circle. Start with you. You go first, Rabbit.
Oh, me. Okay, I didn't know it was me. Why
go
are the
first.
why are the color brown? Because it's shit.
Shit.
Yes.
So when you step on a dog turd, so
Yes.
You
Exactly.
don't
it
notice
gets all
it, Leo.
shitty. You don't see it.
Exactly.
Leo, what's your favorite color of shoelaces?
So I'll go with white, so that when I
White.
step on a dog turd, you can really see all the shit stain.
Nice.
Hey, evil. Evil. What's
Stream
your
has low Joe Biden energy levels. That's why they call you Sleepy Old Tommy.
No, wait, evil. You want to know my favorite evil voice is? Hey, this is Slope's game room.
Hey, the guys. I think ironically my throat is too fucked up to do the fucked up voice he has now. Like, hey, the guys. DJ Slow here. No, I can't do it tonight.
Oh my god.
You can rewatch it. I'm gonna take you for a ride. DJ Slow's here. No, I can't today. I spoke too much yesterday. I have a hangover from the video games, not from the fucking alcohol. I'm drinking alcohol right now. Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is DJ Slopes here. And I have a special Kickstarter because I helped you.
Wait, what the hell is going on?
Hours of interviews.
From what I understand, he exaggerates that accent for the views.
Yeah, for sure.
No way. This is Macho Man Randy Savage.
You know how we do it in the streets of Tampa, brother.
Hey, can I answer the shoe question?
Oh yeah. What's your favorite color shoelaces?
Velcro all the way.
Oh, yeah.
What are shoes?
The evil doesn't wear shoes.
Flip flop aren't shoes, are they? Flip flops.
Yes, I consider them shoes.
How about in you ever been to Mexico and they have the flip flops that are made out of like tires, like old tires?
Yes,
I know
I
about
saw
that.
those things. That's insane, man. What the fuck? I haven't seen them in like 20 years or something.
Rabbit Dude, the Rambling Man has handed down your punishment. It's in the chat there.
For his
I have to
suspended. What?
Chat.
Suspended for a week, but suspended. Slopes and Bob are fakes. They're from New Zealand. Fancy cup of tea, Governor. I'm gonna sing a rap with my acoustic guitar. The way it's supposed to be, Governor.
My favorite is Days Gaming. You sound better than he does.
How's it going, everybody? It's not my prime game now, okay? I streamed 6 hours last night. Over 6 hours.
Long podcast. And job get away.
Yeah,
Evil.
I'm fucked up. Yeah, Evie's always busting my balls because of that.
Evil.
It's like 4 hour podcast, and she starts singing on the fucking
Evil.
chat.
Think about that, Evil.
Gays, Damien.
Evil, think about the following. What you're saying that you streamed last night, to me it was today in the morning. I'm seeing you for the second time today.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm gonna be honest. It was today. It was today. I said last night, but because it was dark. But it was in the morning for me also. I ate up at 8 a.m. For God's sake.
Yeah, I saw that you were playing right when I woke up, but I was laying in bed for a minute.
Yeah, me too. Now I was lurking I was listening to you guys, but I was trying to fucking fall asleep again. But I can't. I have to work in half an hour. I'm gonna sleep at work probably like Homer.
Oh man, I was watching the one recently with the Rodney Dangerfield one, where he got a job with Homer and he Burns' son. Do you remember that one?
I haven't watched that one in ages.
A long time.
That's an episode I haven't watched in a long time.
Long time. It's a good one.
That's a good one. Hey, everybody. Even in hell, I get no respect. We're all getting late. My lawyer,
Just
he's the
filtering
best.
the rambling man's comments.
Rambling man.
Evil has days and oh my god. Yeah, there are my
You have to say it
bitches
in the
now.
rambling man voice.
Oh dear. The
The
sex
rambling man.
dungeon. Oh jeez.
Evil has days and collab held up in his sex dungeon.
Oh jeez. I feel sorry for Evil.
What?
Evil and Haunted Wisp are the only two that have those kinds of dungeons.
Oh no! Wait, I'm reading this comment
Take out
actually
the
wrong.
gimp.
Evil. Oh, I get it. Okay, take that back. It's actually I feel sorry for days. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you
I
better.
misread that
Otherwise, you're gonna be in that dungeon, Rabbit. I
Oh,
assure you.
jeez.
I have a packet.
I misread the
and
question.
I'll pick you up and I'll put you in that dungeon with those guys, and we will call you the Gimp.
Rabbit, what's the eggplant for in that message?
That means dick.
Oh, Rabbit knows best.
I thought it was lunch.
Nope, it's dick.
Well,
I get
Dick
the
is lunch
idea.
for some of you guys.
I know how you guys think. Trust me.
Same difference.
A cock sandwich.
You guys are a bunch of perverts.
Yeah, and you're not. You were masturbating when Tony was doing this who's hotter thing. I saw you. I saw you in the chat. Can you show that girl with the big tits again? Rabbit, there's a thing called porn. Search it.
The chatterbait.
The chatterbait.
They're bait. That would be awesome.
I'm gonna
Really,
get some coffee.
Scott?
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Dude, he's just
yeah.
doing it for the health benefits, okay? It's not even a
You think
sexual thing.
cocaine? You ever do cocaine or speed and then your dick gets like really small? Like I was in the pool. I was on cocaine.
Really?
Just another
know that
viewer. Yes, I'm old enough
You're
to have
not.
this conversation.
All I remember with cocaine is that you want to shit
Shit.
10 seconds after. That's what I hated it.
Very funny.
Very funny.
It shrivels up like meth and speed and stuff.
Wow.
Shrivels it up. It's like you were in the pool.
Wow. So like a frightened turtle.
Yeah. Yes. Even like Vicodin and opiates and shit and stuff like that can do that even. Like a frightened turtle. Oh man. Should I take a bong hit? I might get noisy. I might have to mute myself.
I'm smoking. Yeah, I have to work. I need to dope myself before I go to shit.
You know.
Tommy,
Huh.
this is all the time.
What?
Yes.
All the
I'm
time.
just reading what Albert said.
All the time. Yeah. That's from the baby laxative. Yeah, I heard that. I heard those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play Grand Theft Auto 4 as well, Albert. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great game. Grand Theft Auto 4 is a great game.
Very underrated. People don't like
It
it. I
is.
think
It's
was awesome.
it's very underrated, but it's really good. It's actually the darkest in the series, I think.
Yeah, and the thing that people didn't like that the map was smaller instead of making every time huge. That was
I
good.
didn't
It's a good thing.
I didn't really mind it that much, honestly. It was just a really dark story. That's the thing about it. It makes it so unique.
Yeah, Nico Bellic.
Mm-hmm. You know what's a game that's really overrated? I do like that game a lot. Is San Andreas. It's really good, but it's kind of overrated at the same time.
I don't know. I think it's close to perfection.
Close, I guess. don't
Nothing
know.
is a number 10, right?
The one thing I really wish they kind of brought some of the things they did from San Andreas and bring to other games too. They don't do some of the very exclusive to that game. It's special for that game. That's kind of weird. They never brought back the robbing houses. Never brought that back at all in the game. In the other games, it's only San Andreas only has it. It's kind of weird.
Yep.
It was experimental.
You know, okay, one thing I can say it really makes you also kind of one thing I did not like about Grand Theft Auto 5 is the fact they made it was kind of hard to know who the real main character was until the very end.
I haven't played that. That's too modern for me.
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
played that one yet? Okay, if you play, you can it get kind of confusing, honestly. But it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I do like it, but if you
Honestly.
play it, you'll kind of know what I mean.
Who's the
Okay,
one guy
yeah.
in that game? Lester, the guy that lives in the trailer?
Rabbit hated San
okay.
Andreas. Say Ninja Kid is here.
Ninja Kitty. I don't hate San Andreas. I love San Andreas. It's a really
He hates
great game.
black culture. Yeah, and also not only black culture but Latino culture because Cesar is there. It's very important for us. And
Okay.
you're destroying us, you white supremacist. He's not a white supremacist. Rabbit did voted for
Okay,
me.
Ninja
All right,
Kitty.
guys.
Dude, Ninja Kitty. I love San Andreas. It is a really really good game. But my main I could say. Actually, there's not much complaints against that game. I don't really know, actually. But it's a really good game,
If Ninja
though.
wants to join, I can get the fuck out of here.
No, we still got room for one more.
Okay,
You
okay.
need somebody to leave. That could be me. I gotta go do some stuff anyway soon.
Yeah, we're all busy, very busy, man.
There's still room for one more.
My wife
Yeah.
texted me to go get some food.
If
I
you
guess
want to-
Ed is going.
No, nobody needs to go. He said he has another space. Learn to listen.
Oh, what is this thing called paying attention?
What is paying attention? Sorry.
Yeah, what's that?
Rabbit, you hate
You were so
Beetlejuice?
poor.
Albert
You
says you hate
never-
Beetlejuice, Rabbit.
Major Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice is a great movie. What are you kidding?
No,
It's
the
great.
Major Beetlejuice, that fucking bitch with the whole the weird hair. I forgot her name.
Oh, I don't know who that is then. I don't know who that is, to be honest. So I have to see what she looks like before I can make judgments.
So we established many things about you, Rabbit. That your mom is hot and you are a white supremacist because you hate San Andreas.
Oh no, I love that game. Honestly, it's a great game. I didn't say I hate it. I love it. It's just, I guess actually I can't say that I really hate. Okay, I can see one thing I'm not.
Are you saying that Ninja Kid is a liar? Is Ninja Kid a
One thing I
liar?
don't like about I can say I don't like about San Andreas, you can't swim. That's fact.
No, that's the Miami. That's Vice City.
No, also in San Andreas, you can't swim as. Oh yeah,
It would be the most racist
Okay,
thing in
yes,
the
you
universe.
can. Yes,
They
you
put
can.
black people
You're right.
that couldn't swim.
Okay, you're right.
If
I'm
they
thinking
put
you can't.
black people who
Okay.
do you see
Okay.
you are?
Okay, you're right. One
Racist.
one thing you can't do in San Andreas, you cannot do in the game. You cannot climb ladders. That's fact. You can't climb ladders. So that's the way I say I don't like about that game. One thing.
You say black people couldn't swim like video game.
You cannot actually climb ladders. But you can swim in the game. That was the biggest feature in the entire game, was that.
Albert can't swim. Since I can swim.
Just see what just be like, was it was it Relic? Or was it Relic or was it Brett Weiss? I think it was Brett Weiss. Didn't like I don't like inner city people.
Oh fuck, they really said that.
One of them said and Darius said, he doesn't like inner city people. Darius' eyes were so big.
That was Brett Wise, but I don't think
Brett
it
Weiss,
was something
Brett Weiss doesn't like
straight
inner
up
city
like
people.
I don't like inner city people, but he talked about inner city in a clear pejorative way. So it was like, but I don't think it was like I don't like, but
I don't like inner city people.
I don't think it does.
Because they can't swim. And that's why I don't like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because you can't swim in it.
That was a mistake. You can't swim in it. I meant you can't climb on ladders. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that.
Can you highlight Ninja Kitty comment, or did you already did? Like the one thing you cannot do in San Andreas that you could in Vice City is be a white playable character. Rabbit Dude, August 2022.
You gotta
Okay.
you gotta get it on PC and you download the mod so you can be a nerd. You want to be a Skyrim character, you just insert a Skyrim character into it.
We can get white people back. Get these games right back on track. Doing the Donald Trump. You know
we
what
can get We can get the pure race back.
We can get Joe Curious back. Get the sound back on track.
We can get the master race back. We will hack all the video games.
Shut up very soon. Don't worry.
I know,
Yay.
Ninja Kitty. I know you're kidding.
He's our best troll. Come on. If he trolls you, you are on a place of honor, Rabbit.
I know.
We honor you, Rabbit, dude.
Worship the rabbit. Worship the rabbit.
That is true.
Albert with so good Wi-Fi and Rabbit. Yeah, wow.
Rabbit for president. Oh dear, me being president, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
That would be a bad thing. I'm sorry. I would be a bad president.
Yeah, totally, man. But which one is a good one?
When you run for president, you're gonna have DJ Slope do your commercials.
Oh
This is
god.
DJ Slope. You gotta vote for Rabbit, dude, for president.
I want to
Oh,
take you for a
jeez.
ride. Take it. The sand is rabbit, man.
Rabbit, dude.
Oh, jeez. Leo DS's thing is off, Mick. Thingy.
Yeah, he shuts up because we're saying a lot of shit. We're not giving him room for him
Oh.
to talk.
for
Just
real.
saying.
Yeah, I'm a
There he is,
refined
there he is.
gentleman, and I'm
Ah.
here horrified at all the degenerates that surround me. Sorry.
Mm. It's fine.
No, I'm
See what
actually
happens.
eating, and I don't want to be like all
Yeah,
all geeks with
that's
cash here.
understandable. Yeah, we don't want to hear
We
that.
need our gig with cash thing situation here. So,
With
yeah,
cash.
yeesh.
Oh my god, handsome Rabbit, man. What a handsome boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like making goofy faces. It's fun.
You remind me of that guy. You ever seen Stewart from Mad TV? Stewart.
Oh yeah, Stuart. I remember that. Yeah, I've seen that show a long time ago. Yeah, I
When you
remember.
show
That. I
your
haven't seen it a
teeth like
long
that.
time ago though.
When you show your teeth like that, when you give that big toothy smile. Stewart, it's my son Stewart right here.
Hey,
Dude,
Leo
it's
DS is
huge.
doxing himself.
Hey, your jizz? What is that?
That's your cheese. You eat that with a spoon. Just fucking drink
It's
it.
shadow reveal.
Drink it like a normal pervert.
Shadow reveal.
I see you in the spoon. I see you.
Yeah, we
No,
saw
it's
you in
not-
the spoon. We're gonna do a fucking
It's not
close
my
up of
own.
the
It's from
spoon.
my boyfriend. Okay, I don't eat my own sperm. That's disgusting.
Ew.
It's supposed to be good for you.
Is it?
Breakfast
Wait, did
of
you say
champions.
boyfriend or did I hear that wrong?
Rabbit is also homophobic. Oh my god, we're having
No,
so
I'm just like I'm not. I'm just like curious on that.
Did I hear
That's just-
boyfriend?
That it is just milk, man. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was just eating some cereal.
Okay.
It's okay.
Leah is like
I mean,
me.
I didn't say I don't have a boyfriend. I'm just saying that was not sperm from someone else.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I misheard.
That's what
It's
I
fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah. No. I'm not gonna go all geeks with cash here. That's kind of crazy. But I'm done. I'm finished.
Cash.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Geeks with Cash actually plays on Monster Hunter. Actually,
Speaking
Oh,
of Nick
he
and
plays
Rab,
Monster Hunter. That's kind of cool.
I got a question for everybody. Speaking of Nick and Rab,
Yep.
who would be the first one, if either one of them do, to abandon Amico forever and decide, hey, this is too much now. I'm getting off the ship. Who would
I
be
think
the first
Geek.
one?
I think Geek
If either
personally.
would.
Yeah, Nick. Nick Geeks.
Oh,
the
that's his
cat.
name, Nick. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'll say geek.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would instead of instead of just answering, I'd say why I think maybe it would be a Rab, because
Why
Rab
Rab?
is much more invested in this. And actually, Nick, like, he doesn't even give a fuck anymore. He basically said that already. He's like, he
Oh,
likes DJC and he likes being there. So he's almost there like we are. Like, he's there talking about some whatever fuck and what happens with Amico or not. So he doesn't get as emotionally affected when they have to,
oh.
you know, like damage control or whatever, because he doesn't even care anymore. And just if you take a look, like, he won't even defend that much anymore. He's like, whatever.
So is he
I
like very
played it and I
neutral?
like it, but
So is
I
he
don't
very
care.
neutral about it or something?
Yeah, at this point, he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
But Rab, I think he still does. So the weight, of like every fucking week, like, comes someone from Intellivision and says they're gonna do something and they don't do shit, and they're like 8 months into this now. I think
Yeah.
it's heavier for Rab because he comes up with all his fucking theories of when this thing's gonna come out, and then 2 years later, there's nothing. And it's like, dude, wasn't it going to come out like in 3 months, you said, or 5 weeks or whatever? And it's like, it's
I'm
been
gonna.
5 years, and what are you talking about?
Isn't Geek with Cash the one that is a very very famous for a copyright strike or something?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
Mike
think
Mueller.
so.
That's
Or is
next
that
level
someone else I'm
gaming.
thinking of?
That's
No, Mike.
NLG, next level gaming. Mike Mueller.
Oh, that's something. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that's the other guy I'm thinking. My bad.
Yeah, no, I thought,
Okay.
because actually, Nick, Geeks with Cash, I think it's wrong to be there pretending everything's fine. But besides that, like, there is nothing besides that, and him eating on stream, I don't know, whatever, or you want to talk about his skin, but there's nothing too bad to talk about the guy. Like, he's actually a guy who really stays out of trouble. He never shit talks people or whatever. I never see him. Maybe he blocks people, bans them, but I don't think there are many even people who even attack
We
him
don't.
much, because he's
We
not.
usually don't give him shit. We usually make fun of him for eating on stream.
Yeah,
Usually
eating. Yeah,
eating.
because
Or
but
whatever.
because he's just a chill, cool dude. I still think it's wrong to be in that situation pretending there's nothing wrong going on. But I mean, besides that, like, he's not like Mike Mullis is one of the people who do attack, like, the quote unquote haters and whatever, and goes
Oh,
out of
okay.
his way to bash people who
Quote
pull out
fucking
Amico and all
Darius,
that.
Mike Mullis is fucked in the head.
Yeah.
So it's Mike
Yeah.
Mullis is known from copyright striking, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did copyright
Okay,
strike
my bad. I thought it
multiple
was Nick
people.
for some reason. I don't know why.
You know
Mike
what?
and Nick
No.
sound
He
similar.
couldn't copyright strike me, and you know what he did? He bully strike me. He called me a bully that I was making that I
Okay.
was making
Nice.
homosexual remarks about him. Really, that was a
Oh.
fucking email I got.
Nice.
Beautiful. I'm gonna frame that thing.
Yeah, he seemed like honestly, Nick Geek doesn't seem that bad of a guy, honestly, just by talking to him.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, I think, like, personally speaking, I don't usually talk about anything personal. I talk about just Amico, but personally speaking, I think Nick's a cool dude. Like, he's
Yeah,
a
he seemed
chill,
real nice.
cool, respectful dude who minds his
He's
own
fine.
business overall.
He just
Seemed
needs to
seemed
read
pretty
between
cool.
the lines, man. Like, he just needs to figure out, like, all this stuff is out, and he doesn't, like, look at it.
Nick.
Yeah, I think he just ignores it. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird position for him to be in, but I don't think he would even have much reason to copyright strike someone, because because there are people who like say bad things about him, but I think it's kind of like, whatever, someone is gonna make fun of me. But Mike Mullis is a different thing, because the reason why Mike Mullis copyright struck different channels is because they were uploading himself or Tommy in his own videos, saying all these outrageous things and lying, and using that to show, that these guys are lying and that these things are not happening. And so he doesn't want people to see that. He doesn't want that information to be put out there in videos that explain and show people that what he was saying wasn't true, or that what he was promised what didn't happen, and all that. And so he copyright struck these channels to try to cover up for that stuff. And
Leo,
so
I think King is ready to explode. Like a kettle. Like he has something to say because he unmuted his mic and he's stuck.
Oh,
You're talking
yeah, I was
about
waiting for
Mike
him to
Mullis.
finish.
You're talking about Mike Mullis.
yeah, because
Hold on,
wasn't you one of the channels who got struck, King?
Yeah,
I think
was
it
gonna
was,
say
right?
first that as far as I'm concerned, Nick and Rab and DJC, they're all good guys, man. They're all nice guys. Maybe we don't agree with them, and maybe they're doing things not in the best way, but they're all good guys. Let's all just accept that. They're just people like we are. So, hey, they're cool. I don't agree with what they're doing, and that stupid Amico Forever show has gone on way too long. But speaking of the other guy you're talking about, yeah, that guy is in a different category. He's not a cool guy like those other guys. He is intolerant, as the song says. Intolerant. And I still want to know what comes first. Hockey, golf, soccer, or baseball?
True.
Hockey,
Was
then
that the video that
baseball.
got struck?
Yes, that's the one that got struck several
Okay.
times with
Baseball,
multiple people.
then hockey, then baseball, then golf.
That fucking
No,
video is
wait.
hilarious.
Golf, then
That video is
soccer,
amazing.
Soccer, then my God.
Yeah, the guy was
Cornhole.
literally. We're used to it now, right? But to me, it was one of the first moments where it really opened my, like, he was literally just making it up on the spot. Like, they were not working on any fucking games. There was no release date for any fucking games or for the console or for fucking nothing. And he was just there, bowling, soccer, golf. And it's like, just trying to buy some time to think of a timeline in his head and like what would be more likely, and kind of making pretend like that he had something to think about, right? Because I don't think he had anything to think about. I mean, we had like 2 seconds of soccer that we saw, right? On some whatever video, and all the other rest, like, they don't even have like not even a claim that they want to make it. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Crickets.
He still won. He still won the. Mike Molast won the competition for best Intellivision Amico nickname, so he's got that going for himself.
Oh yeah,
Slotham,
congratulations.
Slotham said his brother made it up. Slotham goes, when I get stumped for a name, I go to my brother and I say, brother, what about a name for a guy? His name is Mike Mullis. And right away my brother goes, Mike Molest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I remember that.
His brother is funnier than him. He say,
Oh my God. Imagine his brother going on stream.
yeah, that would be awesome.
You know what I was thinking about with Slotham? Slotham and DJC, they both have got like all their shirts with the sleeves cut off, but they don't have like muscular arms. They just have these like whatever arms. There's nothing wrong with you. You look normal, but it's weird that you would cut the sleeves off of all your shirts just to show everyone.
No, I would have to say, I think Slotham might be a little more muscular than DJC by a little bit more.
Ooh, somebody has. Oh my!
It's almost like
I would guess, because look at, you look at his muscles a little bit.
I think that Slotham is proud of his hair and wants to show it off, like his body
Yeah,
hair.
I've noticed that a lot.
He's
I
proud
always
of it.
think about that video from Ben that he says, like, where he's calling out Darius and And Sladom is like this Sladom guy on your hairy chest.
The best version of that video is on Evil Knievel's channel.
What
And I
version?
think
yeah, that's awesome.
I think DJC's
Wait,
trying
wait.
to show off his tattoos.
Which version of what?
The Pongfather video he's talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hairy chest,
Yeah.
Slather guy.
The Pong Father. Oh, that video is
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Leo,
said
has the
you
Amico
don't like
gone into
greasy
quiet time again?
Italian-
Is that what's happening now? Another round of
What?
quiet time?
With Amico?
Seems
Quiet
so.
time. Amica's doing fine. Quiet time.
Because because the other time that they went into what they called quiet period,
That's
quiet
very
time,
true,
something like
Ramley.
that, it's like they had some things that they were trying to
You
do,
are
and
not alone.
it all failed, right? And so they didn't have anything, and so they
Exactly,
started
Justy.
looking
That's what
for
I thought.
something.
That's what I thought. They just sweat too much. They don't care if they show this fucking horrible floppy.
And so I think right now what they're doing is the same. Like they were trying to make these freaking prototype units, whatever, to ship to to reviewers to try to get attention. Then they realized that if they ship some turd to reviewers, it would just make things worse. So they gave up on that, and now they have no plans. So as long as they don't have anything positive to say, they're not going to say anything. So until they have some kind of plan F, G, R, I don't know at what letter they are at right now. I don't think they're going to say anything.
Yeah, I think they thought they'd get a buyer. I think everyone thought that the Intellivision would get a buyer.
Well,
Like, yeah.
that's from the start, basically, either a buyer or someone who injects a lot of money in the company. They were only still around because of Fig, but
like that's the thing. After we found out the Sudesh deal, that Sudesh gets 100 per console, it makes it like unfeasible that anyone would want to sign up when they know that the product's getting pulled out from under them.
But Tommy,
This
the
entire
Fig
thing was a huge
Oh,
pump and dump scheme. It was pump and dump.
Yeah.
That was Tommy's plan from the beginning. He was gonna pump this thing up as much as he could and bullshit his way as much as he could, all
It's
smoke and
James.
mirrors and hype, pump it up as much as he can, and then try to sell it. That was the plan, I think.
Yeah, it was. And then they didn't get that big investor or that big buyout or whatever. But they keep trying. So again, as Phil said, they wanted to showcase the Amico to possible investors and to partners, whatever. But I think they realized it's just not going to work because the console is not good. Like, no, they're going to send this to who? To DJC. Nobody's going to invest in this because DJC said it's good. But if they send it to IGN, IGN's not going to be, oh my God, this is amazing. This is going to bring the family together. They're going to be like, whatever. Yeah. And so I think they're out of plans again. But yeah, everything they did all the time, everything was just trying to attract some kind of investor, some kind of big money. It was
money.
Nothing else.
I know. And they thought it was going to be like Disney or Mattel. They really wanted it to be Mattel.
That fucking slide is so stupid.
Oh man!
Exit strategy, and it's like Microsoft, Sony, and Apple. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Like
Microsoft's gonna buy your shitty project.
Yeah, it's like when you see a middle schooler and they're like, "All right, here's my life plan," and they're like, "And I'm gonna marry Cindy Crawford or Pamela Anderson, or
you're gonna be an astronaut." And then when I'm too old to be an astronaut, I'm gonna be an actor.
Yeah, and I'm gonna marry fucking the hottest girl in the whole world, and you're all gonna love it. Like, that's my exit strategy. Oh fuck! Fucking.
I remember when I was still friends with Cyrus, and they were talking about Pat the NES Punk and how he lies about Amico. I was watching a video from Pat talking about one of the, and I was new to all this, and I remember Pat talking about a video from Intellivision, probably one of those 2019 videos from Intellivision showing some games and talking about whatever. And Pat was like, "Who is this video for? Nobody cares about these licenses and about the stuff they're talking about, and about because they would say all this market thing, right? They start talking about the market for cell phone games and whatever. And it's like,
Right,
and
right.
and I wasn't understanding what they were saying. I was like, I don't know about that. Is it for investors? I was kind of like skeptical of this thing that they were saying. I was kind of like, I think they're just kind of dumb, but this is supposed to be for gamers. But I didn't know too much at the time. They were spot on. It was like I completely agree today that it was all the time, everything. It was all just about investors. They never made a Crayola thing to show gamers the Amico. They didn't want any gamers to see the Amico. They don't care. It
No.
was all about making that edited video and putting it up on Fig. That's all it was.
No, they wanted just they didn't want gamers to see the Amico because they're gonna pick it apart.
Yeah.
They wanted to
Like-
control it. Like when Tommy was on G4, they could just control the flow of like information, and like if he said something that wasn't true, he didn't have to really recant it. Like if you put out a review,
Ed.
you know, you can't save in this game, but you could save. He just didn't know how to save. Like he didn't have to go in and fix that or anything. It just kept looping it the way he put it.
Well, I should be going now, guys. See
All
ya.
right, Rabbit. We like having
See
you
you,
here.
Rabbit Dude.
Have fun,
Yeah.
guys.
Aching
Bye.
heads up to
Anyone
leave
else
too.
feels like jumping in? Link in the chat. We're just
I'm
chilling.
gonna be also lurking as well because I had to get ready for
Okay.
fucking work.
Yeah, it's going to work.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
pirate buddy.
Ahoy!
Take it easy.
See you,
Ahoy,
Evo.
baby.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, and Leo, remember to breathe every 30 minutes when you're talking. We talked about it.
I'll try.
See you, fuckers. How the fuck do I get out?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the Looney Tunes ran out. It was a lunch break thing. I think they all popped in for their lunch break and they have to get back to work. 7 p.m. though.
Yeah, to me it's night, so I'll probably go to bed soon, but I don't have a limitation. I don't have a. It's just how much of my sleep I want to give up.
I see. Let's keep talking. I might pull a bong out, and if I pop outside, you might hear airplanes going by. But
Are you looking at the Reddit? Have you been looking at the Reddit?
Sometimes,
Dude,
sometimes it's a little slow and wordy.
It never stops, man. Like I'm amazed that every time I go in there's like 20. Now they found out like they some people had already talked about that. It was the Tommy Zero was talking about. I think that Tommy had a kit car, right? Had a fake car.
Yeah.
And they're just comparing the pictures now of his Lamborghini, and clearly it's just a kit car. Yeah, it's up there now.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, that's the shit where you don't have to show me the proof. Like if somebody tells me that, I'm like, sure, yeah, like I believe it.
Yeah,
but
it's just what you would expect, right?
Yeah, it's just like normal. When things that go to the Reddit that are like somewhat important, it seems like Tony TGD is a pretty good barometer of taking shit from the Reddit, going and making sure it's true and like important, and then like bringing it up. So usually it goes through him, but sometimes I'll see things on there that are like a preview, like the Yankees thing was on there, and some of those funnier things.
True.
God.
The Yankees thing now just came out the video from No Swear Gamer about it again, a new one,
Right.
just really dissecting that.
Yeah.
There's a really cool quote unquote article, quote unquote interview from Tommy in a magazine from longer ago.
Yeah.
That's very cool because that has so many things. First thing that pops out is that it's very old. That magazine says that he answers like they ask like, what's your musical formation like? Where did you learn music? And he's like, oh yeah, no, I've never had any formal education in music. I just play by ear,
Yeah.
And it's funny to see that he was like started at 3 and was a prodigy, and then or he started at 6 or 7. Oh, and then there's this talks that he started lessons at 12, but then he never had any lessons.
Yeah, it jumps around a little bit.
It's just another fucking version, right? It's
Yeah.
just you just start. We have to compile like charts with all the different versions and all the combinations possible. Like it's choose your own Tallarico story, right?
Or it was the homeless.
Yeah. How
I
many?
watched him. Now, was this an article someone wrote when he was still on TV? Because I used to watch him on TV. I used to watch those shows.
I'm not sure. It could be. It's a quote unquote interview. What I think it's not an interview, it's because the questions they look like they were picked by Tommy. It totally looks like they just he's just straight up paid someone to make an interview with him, and it's like, oh, please make these and those questions, but it was from a time, probably from the time from TV, because it talks about how he shows up in a golden suit to the parties, and with what did it said this interview, he answers no, the interviewer asks, do you think an interviewer would ask that, well, like, why you go to parties with a golden suit, and why do you have bodyguards and scantily clad women around you, like you pay them to go with him to these places? And you know what my theory is? Probably he did that, and a bunch of people like laughed at it, and just talked about it, like people do, right? You just imagine like this guy from television, he shows up with a golden suit with some bodyguards and some naked chicks, right, with him, and people will comment, right? They don't even care, but it's just funny. So you comment like, what is that douchebag? Like, he thinks he's famous or something? Why does he have fucking bodyguards? Nobody even knows who he is, and his suit looks stupid, but nobody fucking cares, right? But he gets all butthurt, and he's like, no, I'm gonna make an interview now, and I'm gonna tell those assholes.
Well, it was like he decides like what things are. Like I remember he was the keynote speaker for some event, and he brought out the Amico. Like, he wasn't even supposed to really bring out the Amico. It wasn't really about the Amico. It was supposed to be about like this event. And that's where Genobi was when he saw it. It's just like, he just sort of decides what things are. So maybe he just made the interview what he wanted it to be, like maybe he just took over the interview and was like, no, we're going to do it like this. Like, you say this and I'll say this. Like, he's very into staging things. Like, staged interaction.
Yeah. It's a written interview, but of course in the back and forth, because that's what you do when a written interview through emails. It's like, yeah, why don't you ask this? Why don't you?
Yeah.
I was watching today. I remember that because you just said this. I was watching the Slopes interview, I think the very first one, the one where they go about his career. And it's funny, and it almost all interviews it was like that. It's like, oh, hey, I'm DJ Slopes, thanks for tuning in.
I'm
And
DJ Rose.
uh,
Hey,
yeah, exactly. And I'm today here with the great Tommy Tallarico. How are you doing, Tommy? And then Tommy starts, and he just doesn't stop anymore, right? It's like it's a quote unquote interview, but it's just like 2 hours of Tommy talking, and it just sits there looking, and it's like, all right. Because you don't have to interview him, right? Like you don't have to ask him any question. Like he's just go and just say his his speech.
saying, like,
He has the entire thing. He ran it through his head 10 times already. So
yeah, it's like prescribed, you know. Very well. I mean, he's a very metered person. That's why it's hard for him to come off the cuff and do these off the cuff interviews. He kept stepping on himself and saying contradictory shit and didn't know how to explain stuff. Like when they asked him about the security, things like that.
that's
Right?
that's a dumb question. I'm not going to tell you how it's encrypted. You're going to hack it if I do. No, Tommy, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
that's encrypted.
Yeah, he's just like, what type of encryption are you using? I'm not going to say that. The haters might get me.
Yeah, no, it's just because you know the method of encryption, it doesn't mean that people are going to be able to hack it. It has nothing to do with it.
You're supposed to be like this video game tech guy, and you're like, dude, it's like listening to a politician talk about it or something, like somebody who wouldn't have any idea, you know? Like that's why I use Julie Erman as my example. Like he's as out of touch as Julie Erman was, the Ouya person.
Okay.
That's who I use my icon. She was the CEO of Ouya. It's just like she was just out of touch. Like she didn't really know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, that's funny about Tommy because in that interview, and I think you're right. I think it's a quite old interview, probably from the early 2000s. Like Tommy's adamant about how he's a hardcore gamer, and he even says like, from the 100 people like me who are composing video game music out there, like the big, right? Great composers for video game music. I'm the only one. He says that in that interview. I'm the only one who plays video games. I'm a hardcore gamer. And it's like, dude, you don't even know any of the 90, 100 people who are actually important, which you're not even one of them. You don't even know them. You don't know what they play or they don't. Like you're just saying that out of your ass.
If Tommy Tallarico isn't the only one, then he's the first, and if he's not the first, then he's the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Only first or best is everything, right? It's like I'll find a way I can make sense of it. All right, what if I say I'm the first one to get hired by Sega? What if I'm the first one to get hired by Sonic? First American to be hired by Sonic Team. Like it's like 3 steps removed. It's like, oh yeah, I guess you are, right?
Yeah, that's how the entire thing of his importance, right? I highly doubt he said it. He said that it was not him who made that claim, that it was other people, and he would just thought it was true because other people were saying it. And he was the first person to put live guitar into a video game, right? Just like you're saying, right? Like, let me find something that I was the first, but it was. We've talked about it. It's not even close.
Like, I mean, it was probably the Journey arcade game that had the tape in the cabinet and it played the 8-track tape. I would say that would be the first one, and that was when Tommy was like still young. So
yeah. So yeah, it's not even close. Like there were PCs doing like recorded audio much before the consoles were able to do that because they have more memory, and so just a ridiculous claim. But again, and I don't think anyone, like any journalist or anything, would go out of their way to give him that kind of credit without him having told them something. You know what I mean? I don't believe that because nobody does that. Like it's just nonsense. Oh, look, this guy's the first guy who who made a racing game with I don't know, puddles on the track. It's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck. Like, what are you talking about? Right? Like,
Right,
no.
they're not the biggest.
Like, sure, like Outrun was I think maybe it was like the first one to use a steering wheel or what, super off, I don't know, right? Okay, that's a cool thing, but like not like, oh, the first live guitar, not the first live instrument, not the first CD
The first
game with, I don't
American,
know.
to have a live
Yeah.
guitar. Couple,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always
On a
quantified
Sega
by
CD game.
yeah, like on a Sega CD game, hired by Sonic Team with black hair in 1993.
Yeah,
It's very,
exactly. Exactly. But
Hmm,
this is an American thing. I remember being in Texas, and it was
yeehaw!
funny how every single fucking place you went to had either the biggest or the smallest or the longest or and whatever the fuck they could find. Like, oh,
Anything.
I know, let's make a fork. Let's make a 5 meter long fork, and
Biggest
we can
fork.
say we have the biggest fork in the world. It's
We
like,
got the
oh, look, we
biggest
have this big ass tree here. Let's say it's the biggest whatever
tree
something.
west of the Mississippi. They'll do that. It's the biggest one west of the Mississippi.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that was so funny to me that everything, like, there was this need, and it's like, why do you care, man? Like, what the fuck is that about?
Crazy out here, I know.
This competitive nature thing, that's, yeah, very interesting.
Oh yeah. First, yeah, hold on. This one first. Tommy Teller always leaves first on random YouTube videos. Yeah, he was doing that for a while.
Ah, true. I even forgot that. Because when I saw that, I didn't know about all this. Dude, I didn't know about any of this stuff. Any. The only reason why I thought he was like a really weird, like, self-promoting guy was because I did take a look at his website, you know. And
Oh
when I
yeah,
saw that, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this fucking guy, man? What the hell is this? Because he had this, like, these claims like, I worked on the biggest franchises in gaming, like Pac-Man. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? When they made Pac-Man, like, you were just a little kid, and this game was made in Japan. Like, you didn't even understand, like, that games were made by people. Like, you were just a little kid playing these things without worries in the world. And you're talking about, but then of course it was just a franchise. But he always, like, this sleazy way of wording things in a misleading way where people would think that, oh wow, he worked on the biggest games of all time, right? Because everybody knows what Pac-Man is. Nobody fucking knows what Pac-Man World is, that nobody gives a shit about.
Well, like, it was we watched him on G4, and when you watched him on G4, you could tell that he was either really fucking weird or he was like a really funny good actor, like maybe the Andy Kaufman type, or like you might think Tom Green or somebody like that who can act sort of like off-putting, you know what I mean? So you got a sense that he was one or the other, but yeah, I knew he was going to be weird already.
Yeah, I don't know. I only watched those videos from, recently, like a year ago or something like that. So Flushing Square was using live instruments before Tommy. Yeah. Even like, what was the name? Gate of Thunder, right? Gate of Thunder for the PC Engine. I think it's a scrolling shooter that has live guitars also. but they're much older games, as you said.
Aren't there 8-bit games that have the samples, like Skate or Die or something? There's like a sample of a guitar. Isn't that probably like a real guitar?
I don't doubt it. I don't know. What I know is that it's really funny that he would claim that he takes the music from video games, from bleeps and bloops, whatever, into real music, when from just from the NES, like you get at least like 20 different soundtracks that are much more musical, that are much more like melodic, with better harmonics and better structure and everything than anything in his CD stuff, where he could do whatever he could, like he wanted. And what he does is actually something bing, blong, blang, 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 you know? And that's he's fucking, even the fucking uh the Terminator thing, it's kind of a, it is very video game musicy. It's not he didn't do something different, almost like a kind of high-end chiptune thing. It's very repetitive and there's no structure. So what the fuck's he talking about? It's all just talking points.
There were games like Secret of Monkey Island 1 and 2 where they were really moving it along with MIDI and just like, soundscapes and original sort of music. There were things that were moving it forward.
True, and ambience and everything. Yeah.
Or if you look at something like the Wipeout series that was like really catching it on trends and stuff, that Tommy was kind of like behind on. I don't know. I try to listen to music. If music, like Earthworm Jim 2, the music that Tommy put in seems like it never really goes with what you're playing, as far as I'm concerned. But it just doesn't work for me. But again, it's like a personal opinion thing.
Yeah, I don't remember the Earthworm Jim soundtracks. I know that there's a couple just copy pasted stuff in some of the games.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like the mood doesn't always fit. Like something that's frantic and the music will be like mild jazz, like mild, and the music will be frantic. It's just like things are not always fitting, I mean, it's what it was at the time. It's nothing that wasn't normal in that time period. But like it's nothing great,
Yeah, I'm so used to all this stuff now and the way things happened. It doesn't really matter to me anymore because now people are in the know. But I remember how I used to feel, so it's like that it was so disrespectful, like for this guy to be taking this kind of credit when there were, people who actually did these things. Like there were people who pushed music on games, right? There were people who made because even like Mega Man and stuff like that, like that's music that stays with us, right? And maybe some of this stuff from Tommy also stayed with some people, because there are people who say that. I don't think they're lying, but I mean, he was not earlier. He was not special. He was not, and so taking this credit like feels really crappy. But again, I think at this point in time,
it was
everything's okay.
Yeah, it was never like, it's never the music that sold any of the things that he did, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that he did. Okay.
Yeah, it's like all the things that you were like Aladdin. Why did you buy Aladdin? Because it was fucking Aladdin, and everyone said it was good.
Let's say.
Tommy had great music,
But it's not even. I think in Aladdin, it's not even his music, right? He got the scores for it. He just had to
it's the music
program it into.
Some of it's like original a little bit, I guess, but it's nothing like far and outside.
Yeah, because I just if I go remember, like to me, Contra, when you start playing Contra, like the sound, Yeah, man, that's so fucking epic. Like that's half of that start of the game.
Well,
The
that's what I
entire
say.
game. The fucking
Yeah.
entire game. Like the sound is so much of it because it's so great and yeah, it does fit. It fits perfectly. The sound effects, like it all sounds in my head like all together. The shooting, the explosions, the guys dying, and the music together. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I've said that to people who defended Tommy's music. I was like, "Can you hum a song by Tommy Tallarico? Can you hum it?" Like, no. Like, do you think anyone wants?
I can do that. Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
ready? Yeah. Boing, boing, boing.
yeah. It's not the same. Like, it's not the same as Mario or something. It's like, it's not Koji Kondo. It's like when Tommy goes and plays video games live. He may or I don't even know if he plays any of the songs that he wrote at Video Games Live. He probably squeezes them in, but like, no, the crowd never gonna pop for like the song from Terminator 2 or the song from Earthworm Jim. The crowd
I don't
pops for like
think
Kondo and like
I
whatever
don't
they
think he even plays that. I don't think he
people
even
show up for
does it.
that Final Fantasy and fucking all that stuff. Dragon Quest, whatever they do.
Tommy, there is one thing that has been bothering me for months now, I think. At
Uh-huh.
least a month. That about Tommy's air guitar.
Oh yeah, you teach guitar, so you know. I was gonna
Dude,
talk to you about this.
there is a video on YouTube from Video Games Live, okay?
Right.
That I've never seen that before in my life, I swear to God. Like that to me, it just brings it to a whole new level. Like I seriously I have a
So
hard time understanding this person. There is a video on YouTube from Video Games Live. It's a
right.
singer. It's a singer singing, okay?
Okay.
And it's just the singer on stage singing. And then Tommy Tallarico sitting next to her doing air guitar. Bro, it's like, how cringe is that? Like, let the fucking woman sing. You're not playing the fucking guitar. Why are you sitting there next to her with your shitty fucking? And I think he even has one of those that you were talking about, like those fake acoustic, whatever the fuck. Those guitars do sound like shit. I never played one of those, but
Stratacoustic.
yeah, I'm not sure it's the Strat acoustic or it's one of these others, but like these acoustic guitars that capture directly from the string and what, man, they don't sound right at all, like because they don't have the acoustics.
Right.
So it's all weird, the sound. I even wanted to buy one because they're silent, right? But when I
Yeah.
heard on YouTube like the demonstrations from people playing these guitars, it's like they just sound like so. But he is clearly not playing, and it's not even hard. It's just like a
That's what I'm
guitar
gonna do, Leo.
accompaniment, like you just some arpeggios, some fingerings of some chords, and he doesn't even bother. Why are you sitting there? Just oh my god, dude.
So you're a guitar teacher. Do you play electric guitar ever, or do you just stick with acoustic guitar?
I play electric.
A little bit. And have you seen the one where he does the halo thing and he's trying to do the pinch harmonics and stuff?
I heard you talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks way off, huh?
Dude, I was watching these videos. I don't yeah, I don't practice guitar as much, right? The electric. So I know what you're talking about. I have a hard time getting a good pinch acoustic.
Yeah.
But the uh the thing when I first watched those videos from Video Games Live, I was like, oh yeah, it's okay, he's playing. And then there was one where I say, I'm not sure he's playing, and someone was laughing at me and was like, no man, it's just air guitar everywhere. And I started looking more closely, and he kind of does a good job of pretending,
He knows what he's
but
kind of.
Hmm?
He knows what he's
yeah,
kind of. That's
he
why people say he
does.
can play guitar. I'm like, yeah, he can play. He can play, like, kinda, like.
Oh, there is one thing that maybe would be cool if you watched, because uh, if you Google,
I hate pulling up links on here because I don't want to dox myself, but I don't know what I'm doing. But
no, don't do anything now. But if you later, if you Google video games live rehearsal and stuff like that, I think video games live rehearsal. It's not on YouTube; it's on Facebook. But I found it on Google, and oh, it's for the Bird's Nest. There is a little bit of Tommy doing a pre-sound check and stuff like for rehearsing, and it's interesting. I would like to understand what's happening in that video
what's going on?
because it's kind of strange, and maybe you want to take a look at that and talk about it. But yeah, no. And then I was rewatching those videos, and there are many parts where it is very clear he's not playing. So for a moment, I was under the impression that he was playing some parts and not playing others. But then I was taking a look, like the way he moves around and the way he does everything, it just doesn't fit. And the guitars, as you said, man, that makes no fucking sense. Like you just can't. It makes no fucking sense. You can't get a Gibson just
Your
because it
parents.
has a fucking just because it has fucking Spider-Man, and I don't know why the fuck it doesn't have the both. It only has one, and I forgot if it's the bridge or the neck, but it only has one pickup.
Just has the
That it has the
yeah,
bridge, right? Because I think it's for the so the painting doesn't get
yeah,
troubled as much. But
yeah.
who plays an instrument like that on you
It's
know?
that would be very hard rock. Like Green Day, the Les Paul Juniors, things like that have only that because they want more space there because they're gonna hit it hard or whatever. But yeah, it's not conventional.
And yeah, and these other the unplayable guitar that I have no idea why he has on his. I mean, I know why he has it on his rig. It's because he doesn't play. Because
Yeah,
if he did, but the way he moves on stage, because that's the thing. Like when you're just playing some power chords, right?
yeah,
You're gonna jump around and do some shit. But when you're doing your solo, you, you have to kind of stand around and pick correctly and do your things, right? And you can see that that's not what he does.
you can't reach around to that. Like that guitar's too weirdly shaped for no reason. Like why would he prefer that? Yeah, and at the beginning he shows the little small guitar, the Steinberger, and it's like, yeah, I was jumping around. Everyone said it looked like I was playing a Guitar Hero guitar. It's like, yeah, because like it's not a good prop guitar really, but it's a good like faking. If you're just gonna fake guitar and be lazy, you'd want the little small one like that.
A which guitar?
The little miniature one with no headstock and like no body, the Steinberger.
Ah, okay, yeah, true. He has that.
Like a little traveler guitar like that. You have to kind of teach yourself how to play them. It's kind of like a little bit harder to play, but like useful if you've got like you want something lighter. But Steinbergers are actually a little bit heavy, but they're lighter than a lot of guitars.
Okay, yeah, I remember you talking about because you have a Traveler,
I have a traveler
and
guitar.
I wanted to buy a Traveler,
Mm-hmm.
but an acoustic. But that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about. Like the sound
yeah,
of the
those TPO pickups.
pickups
Yeah,
is just
it's not
fucking
right.
shit.
No, there are small. Yeah, there are better small guitars that are actually acoustic.
Yeah, the Yamaha has one They have a
Yeah.
travel guitar that's a silent guitar, and they have some magic because Yamaha even owns nowadays. They own what's it called that I use?
They own.
Um, they own Line 6.
Oh, Line 6. Yeah.
So they have some digital magic that they do to the instrument, so that
Yeah.
instead of having that harsh sound of the direct pickup under the bridge, they imitate a mic, like they imitate an acoustic, and it actually works. It sounds pretty nice. It's pretty cool. So I would probably go for that, but it's kind of big and heavy
They
compared
have
to
the.
the.
Is it one of the ones that folds, like folds in half?
It doesn't fold. It takes the half because it just has rims without a top and
Yeah.
a bottom, right? And you unscrew the whatever top or bottom one, I don't know. You unscrew it and you take it off completely, and then it becomes half. But you don't just fold it. You have to unscrew and take it off. But it seems pretty easy to do. And then it comes with, of course, a special bag, but it has the headstock, so you don't even save too much space. It's just the fact that it's silent.
Yeah.
The man's a piano prodigy, yet can't play the same Mario and Zelda songs as Martin Lung had done for VGL for 8 years. Yeah, Tommy says that I talked about this in the past. That really is the thing. He says that piano is his main instrument, and then he can play the guitar. But that's the thing, like you cannot. Nobody's going to accept. Like you cannot play air piano on a fucking concert. That just doesn't exist. Like fuck off. No, but you can do that with guitar. Nobody takes guitar seriously, right? All
I've never.
guitarists are just stupid stoners, right? All
Yeah.
wannabe musicians and all that, right?
No, you
So we
play
know
acoustic, that's different. Like,
it is. But like a fucking pianist, like we sit at a piano, it's like you better fucking know how to fucking play your instrument, right? Because
yeah.
you're not gonna fucking get away with just playing some fifths and some basic scales. It's like you have to play your shit, and so he can't bullshit people with the piano. That's just what it is. And so he's never gonna sit on the piano.
He may have if he learned. If he really tiptoed around it the way John Lennon did, he could have maybe convinced people he could play piano when he wasn't that good at it.
Well, he could play some accompaniments, like you can play some chords. Axl Rose used to play some chords on the piano, right? On their songs, whatever. Uh, but he can't just play some melodies with the right hand and not do anything with the left one. And well, I mean, he could do that if he wants to, but like.
But it's easier with the guitar to look like you're the star, the solo. That's why
he can't. He can't jump around. And
he got a keytar, but then we could see his hands too good.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be so perfect for him. Or a keytar would be the Tellerico thing to do.
The keytar.
Yeah, I'm a pianist, but I'm a rock star, so I need a keytar.
I'm a guitarist. Oh my god, we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark. But I think
Are we? Oh my god, yeah. So it's oh my god, it's 11. I'm gonna go.
You gotta pick up a kid.
Rambling man, trying the wooden. Oh, cool. Record your and rambling. We're gonna go now, so you can pick up. He doesn't stream, but he could record something and upload. Okay, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, dude. Take it easy. We're gonna take off, bro. Have a good one.
Have a good one, everybody.
Love, peace, and booty grease. We got this bitch.